Hi, good morning everyone. Today we are going to learn how to detect a face from an image. If you are seeing here, I have a GitHub repository which explains you the step by step how can you do this one in Python. So the goal of this exercise is we are trying to identify a face in an image. The image can have multiple faces, but it can identify all the faces with the appropriate probability. If you are seeing here, we have one image with two faces. One is Leonardo, another one is Kate. So the machine learning model identified Leonardo with a 36% confidence and Kate Winslet with a 43 confidence. If you see the similar thing, I have another pic from the same uh, movie. Here it identified Kate Winslet with 41%, and we didn't train our machine learning model to identify this character. So I think it's a Billie Jane, so it's not able to identify it. Now let's quickly jump into the implementation or the approach what we have taken. So essentially here I have two Python. Here I have two Python scripts. One is like extract, train, and evaluate.py, and other one is like recognize faces.py. Two Python scripts which I have. So one Python script is going to extract the faces from the images and create a machine learning model. And after that, we are going to use another script to read the machine learning model and to try to predict the newer image. If a new image is given to it, okay, what are the characters in which it is trained. So uh, here we have, let me explain you the data set. So here we have the dataset folder, which is nothing but we are training the machine learning model on this dataset. I have a folder which has 10 images of Kate Winslet. I have another folder called Leonardo DiCaprio, which has 10 images. And I have another folder unknown, which has 5 images. Specifically, they are from the characters of some movie. Okay. So the dataset folder contains the faces of the characters which we want to identify. If you see here, these are the faces in the dataset folder. Now these are the Leonardo faces, and we have few faces from Alan Grant, and these are all from Jurassic Park movie. Okay, so if you see, the main libraries here we used is two existing machine learning libraries we used here. One is the OpenCV has a machine learning library which is going to detect a face in an image. For example, if someone gave you an image, you have to identify whether the image has any face, human face or not. So we use OpenCV and cafe model. If you see, we used a cafe model to identify the image. Once we identify the image from the once we identify the face from an image, then we need to take the essential features. So what we are going to do is essential features. I mean, it's nothing but uh, a array of 128 characters, okay, which represents the features of the face. So two machine learning models which we use to do that. After that, once we have the data set ready, then we will train a support vector machine to classify the model. So to classify a new image, so whether it is a particular face or not, we use the machine learning model SVM to do that. So essentially here we didn't use neural networks or something to do for a classification problem. We used a support vector machine to do the classification. Now let us try to run these scripts. So I'll roughly explain you the structure, the project structure. It has, the main thing is the data set, which explains the training data, which we are going to train our machine learning model. And we have another folder called recognize images, where we want to recognize the image from these. So we have to image these, and it's, for example, if we give a image which has the Avengers and the Titanic characters, it has to identify the appropriate faces. So let me run the first script. The script is well documented. You can understand what it is. So extract, train, and evaluate. If you just run it, as I said, it is going to use two existing machine learning models. One is to detect the face, but not identify the face in an image. It will just detect there is a human face in an image. And second one is to read that face image and create an array of a certain 128 by 128 numerics. Okay, so an array of 128 numbers. Now, if you see, it is reading the Kate Winslet, unknown, and Leonardo DiCaprio images. Then we are evaluating the machine learning model with the k-fold validation. So the, like, we split our data set into test and train and try to create a machine learning model to read about it. So we got approximately a 56% of accuracy. The machine learning model is like with a standard deviation of 24, which is very large. Now our machine learning model is created, and if you want to see, like, model.pickle, which is nothing but our machine learning model. Using this machine learning model, we are going to identify the newer pictures or identify a face in a newer picture. So if you, let's go and run the another script, which is recognize.face. If I run it, so it is taking an image from this folder, Kate and Leonardo.jpg, and trying to identify the faces in this image. There is a notes.md which explains you what are the essential machine learning libraries you can needed to do this. So I created a virtual environment, then installed OpenCV, and then Spider is like to little bit of debugging and things which you can use Spider ID or PyCharm, whatever you need. Then these are the two main things: extract, train, and evaluate. The script is going to extract. It's going to read the dataset input, then extract the features, then train the machine learning model, evaluate it, and serialize it as a model.pickle. And similarly, we have label.pickle, which says what is the labels for it. It's pretty easy and straightforward to implement it. I'm going to show you a little bit. I ran the same script in Spider, and what I was trying to show you is and explain is the data set. If you see, roughly we have 26 images. So each image has a label. This is the label: Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio, and unknown. We have unknown as a 5. Similarly, we have, these are the embeddings. Like the feature, right? One image, we identify the face, and it is like a numeric 128 byte array, 128 size, okay, an array of size or list of size 128 numbers. So each face is converted into just 128 numbers, which represent the face. So like the 26 faces, we converted into these series of numbers. This represent a face. This entire numbers represent the face, or 128 features, we call them. So now you can ask me, what is an accuracy, how good it is identifying it. Okay, so the image is not, the machine learning model is not so great. So it's not able to identify, for example, here if I give a mixture of faces from other movies and the Titanic characters, it's able to identify Leonardo and Kate well, but not the other characters. Even you see, she is not a Kate Winslet and he is not Kate Winslet. It's trying to do the same. I don't take any credit for this entire implementation. If you see, this entire hard work was done by this guy in the PyImage such Adrian. I learned the entire implementation from this, and it's worth trying once. You can clone this entire repository which has the images and scripts to do. Hope you will further learn image recognition or computer vision. Thank you for watching the video.